I'm back. Did you guys miss me? Oh, let me turn on my chatting music. Oops. Hello, hello. It might be a little bit more scuffed than usual. It has been a while since I've streamed. I came back from Japan about a week and a half ago, and you know, I took my time getting used to being back in America. Yeah, I took a little bit of a mini vacation when I came back too. But welcome everybody. Hello, hello. Does everything sound okay? Can you guys hear me? I know the chat is gone. Last time when I was playing Grey Garden, a similar thing happened and it has not been fixed yet. But don't blame me. It's probably OBS's fault. Not mine. It's never mine. But let's talk about it. But first, let me say hello to everyone. So, hello Frederick, hello Missy, hello Lucas, Ami, Johnny. Am I missing anybody? I think that's everybody. Neolithic, oh, Meowdy, Meowdy. Hello, hello. I am back. Auntie Poneko is back. Yes. So, Japan was really fun. To probably no one's surprise at all. It was a good time, and I was overdue for a vacation. It might sound kind of spoiled, but I haven't had a vacation in like the past 2 years. And so for me, as a high maintenance, you know, kind of girly, I wanna take vacations, and it had been a while. So luckily, Japan did live up to all of those expectations and was much better. Well, actually, I don't know if it was much better than I expected, but maybe a little bit better than I expected, because I did have really high expectations to begin with. Surely you got lots of pics, no? I did! I cannot share all of them with you, because that would be rather yabai. But I definitely can share some photos, at least of the places that I went to. In regards to photos that I personally took, they're pretty good, but honestly, I feel like it would be better just to show you ones that better photographers than me took. I'm gonna show them on the side of the screen, so you know, that's why I turned off the chat, because you guys were gonna get in the way of my photo album. But Meowdy, Joshua, you can't wait to see. Okay, good, because it's a pretty long list. Before stream, I actually tried to remember. I looked through my reservoir of photos to make sure that I remembered every single place that I went to, because there was a lot. You know, I was in tourist mode, okay? I was gonna see everything. But then I kind of chilled out near the end of the trip and was like, I'm just gonna go back to Akihabara 3 times instead of going to new places. But you know what? I don't regret it, because I got lots of really good goodies. Actually, let's show that first, because I have a photo of that I posted on Twitter, if you haven't seen it already. Speaking of things that hopefully you have seen, I hope you guys all checked out my cover of Kurute Kids. I hope you guys looked at it. You did, right? You watched it? I know some of you did, because I saw you in the chat, but... But if you haven't watched my new cover, watch it. Check it out. I think it's pretty good. I might be a little bit biased, but I think it's pretty good. Oh my god, hello Lena! Welcome, welcome! How are you, Poneko? Thank you for not adding those extra O's at the end of my name. Because I was about to yell at you. I was about to get real angry. I don't like it when people add the extra O after the po. You know why. You know why. Hashtag stream Kyoto Hey Kids cover. Yes! Stream it now! Listen to it! Let me find the photo though that I posted. I have too much stuff on Twitter. Even though I don't post that often. Okay, here it is. Let's talk about the haul first. And I got more than this. But it was like clothes and stuff that you wouldn't really care that much about. I also got some touristy stuff too, you know. Okay, let me move on over to the side so you can see. So you can see the haul. You feel like you're invisible? I thought I said hi, Caleb. Did I not? Well, Oops. You get a second high for free. Usually you have to pay for that. But I see you. Yeah, Disgaea. Yes. I got the Disgaea art book because he is my favorite artist, or at least one of them. For a long time, I think his name is Takehito Harada. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, he was my favorite anime style artist for the longest time. He still is. I think it's just that I know about more artists now, so there are multiple favorite artists, you know? But at the time of me being a young little weeb, and also for many, many years, he was definitely number one. I think he still is. Takehito Harada, the Disgaea artist. You can see it very tinily on here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, the middle book that says Disgaea art. That one. And I also got some other art books too. I don't remember the artist's name, but the artist that does Toa, I think that's her name, from Hololive. Let me make sure. Yeah, the artist who does the artwork for Tokoyami Toa, who has a very deep voice, but I don't really watch her that much. I got an art book from that artist. For some reason, my audio sounds kind of weird. Like I'm in a wind tunnel or something. Maybe it's just my... It needs a warm-up, you know? My audio, because it's been so long. Oh, hello, Monty. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Oh, I hope you love Japan. I did. But, you know, was anyone expecting anything different? It's Japan. How can you not like it? Though, I must admit, there are a few complaints that I had about Japan. I had to dress, like, super nicely every single day. Because otherwise, I felt like people were going to look at me and call me a baka gaijin. So I could not. Also, hello, Louis. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Po, be honest. How much did this all cost you? In this picture alone? Let's do some math. Okay. Some rough math. I think that the Snow Miku was around 70 bucks. It's a Nendoroid of Snow Miku, by the way, in there. And you can't see which Snow Miku it is, and I know there's like a trillion Snow Mikus, so you probably don't even know which one. But let me get a photo of it so you can see. I still haven't even unpacked all of the different figurines in there yet. But it's the snowboarder one. Let me look for a photo through the Miku archives. Jesus, there's so many Snow Mikus I can't even find it. I was tempted also to buy a second Snow Miku too, because they had so many figurines in Akihabara. Oh my god. But I didn't have enough room in my suitcase. I actually had to buy a second suitcase just to bring back all of the stuff that I bought. Also, hello, Spooky. Welcome, welcome. Just the Snow Miku is already too expensive for me. No! But it's Snow Miku. You have to buy it. You need it. Everyone needs at least one Snow Miku. Yes. And as you can see, I also got a Sakura Miku. Yes, pink Miku. Very, very cute. And you can see the model kit figure that I posted earlier in Discord. I made a little model, plastic model. It's very cute. Looks kind of like Miku too. That's why I got it, actually. 1 second. But do you have a Cherry Blossom Miku for your Snow Miku yet? Are you looking at the photo, Lena? It's right there! It's Pink Miku! It's Sakura Miku! You have 3 Snow Mikus? Oh, you have even more than me. Did anyone see the new Snow Miku designs? I don't know which one won yet. How about the food? Was it any good? I would say the food was quite tasty and quite inexpensive. It was really nice not having to tip people. That I wish we could do in the United States, but I know that's not realistic. But I wish. Yeah, you have to tip like at least 10%, I feel like, for, you know, really bad service, even. Well, I guess you can not tip if someone's really, really awful. I think I might have not tipped once for bad service in a restaurant, but I don't feel like you have to tip usually in like a Starbucks type place. Or, you know, an ice cream place where they're literally just giving you the food. Is $20 a good enough tip? I think it depends on how expensive the place you're going. It's usually the percentage, I think. For me, I usually tip between 15 to 25%. For me, 15% is usually standard. But in Japan, you don't have to worry about that at all! There's no tipping! It's so nice. So nice. So many things. It was very funny. Japan was so clean. Even the large cities didn't have any trash anywhere. There was no trash pretty much. And for those of you that are blessed enough to be in America like me, you know that it can be pretty dirty and pretty grimy. Even in, like, suburbs and stuff, but especially in larger cities, it is dirty as fuck. So the lack of trash was a really nice thing in Japan. Also, very small number of homeless people too. I think I probably saw like 3 homeless people in Japan. And then meanwhile, leaving LAX, you probably saw like 4 homeless people. Or whatever large airport that you go to, like ORD, all the crazy large airports. Where'd you buy the art books, by the way? In manga stores? Yeah, you could call them a manga store. They were more like doujinshi stores, though. Yeah, that's one thing, is if you want to get weeb shit in Japan, you're gonna have to be a little bit of a, doujinshi veteran. You have to have a stomach to see rated 18 materials or else you will not be able to get your weeb shit if you're in Akihabara. Now, if you're getting weeb shit in like a convenience store or in a train station, there likely will not be any I don't know what word I should use. I don't want to get in trouble. There probably won't be any hentai. Probably not. But one thing that is definitely interesting and kind of weird, in my opinion, you know, you could be like, oh, you don't call it weird, you're just a dumb Westerner. But they did have like gravure on display in the convenience stores, which I think is kind of strange. You know, call me old-fashioned, but I think having like softcore just lying out there for everybody to see is kind of strange. Well, someone is hotter, must be Poneko. You think I'm hot? Really? You might need to get your eyes checked, buddy. But why is so many of you? Are my clones out again? Are the Poneko clones causing trouble for people? What's going on? But yeah, there was a lot of gravure inside of the convenience stores. And convenience stores are so much nicer in Japan. Oh my god. I actually liked eating the convenience store food. For me, I usually will not touch anything that is from a convenience store or even nearby a convenience store because I do not like it. I do not like the big gulp, I think that's what it's called. I don't even know the name. You can tell I do not really go to the convenience stores very often. But convenience stores in Japan are super nice. I got to eat like a bunch of little rice balls. Oh my god, they were so tasty. I like the bamboo and carrot one. That one was my favorite. Bamboo is super tasty. Ever since I discovered bamboo, it's probably one of my favorite foods. At least in ramen and rice, I guess. It's underrated. It is. I guess you could say the doujin stores are very cultured. I guess you could. But yeah, for every figure in here, even the place where I got my little Suako keychain, excuse me. It has been a while since I have talked. Can you tell? Where I got the little Suako keychain and the Toho OST. I think it was Iosis. Is that how you say them? Their name? Yeah, the Iosis CD. I had to go through like I had to look at a lot of hentai to get there, to get to the point where I could find that. You also might notice, too, that there's some invisible merch. Yes, camouflage. And that's actually from the Morning Musume concert. Yes! I got to go to a concert! Oh my god! For Morning Musume. And if you guys have been to any of my karaokes, you already know I sing so much Morning Musume and so much Hello Project, it's not even funny. You guys probably still don't even know about Morning Musume or any of that stuff, but you guys listen to it anyways because you're so sweet. But I got to go to a Morning Musume concert, which, oh my god, best concert I have ever been to. And I've been to some good concerts, okay? I've been to a Calafina concert, which, if you don't know, those are the people that sing the Madoka Magica ending. So, I've been to some good concerts, alright? I know what I'm talking about. I've even been to the Miku concert. Actually, I don't know, though, if the Morning Musume concert beats the Miku concert, because the Miku concert's just so cool. But, let's just say that they tied. We'll call it a tie. Alright. Calafita concert. I know, it was so good. It was at Anime Expo like a billion years ago. Back when Anime Expo actually used to have good events. I mean, I guess they still have decent events, but I feel like the only concerts worth going to at Anime Expo are like the VTuber ones. Which, you know, those are fun, but I kind of miss back in the day when they used to have like actually really good people doing that. Yeah, Anime Expo has kind of declined a little bit. I think I went to a Mayan concert too. Actually, I don't remember. I went to a concert of the girl who wrote the Sword Art Online opening, or not wrote, but sang it. I don't remember what it was though. If you go through the archives of like old Anime Expo concerts, you could probably find out who it was. But Morning Musume concert, about that. So it was really, really fun. You know, everybody had their little idol glow sticks and they were whacking them around like crazy. And I was surprised because it was Lisa. I think it was Lisa. I think I went to a Lisa concert a long time ago, back when I was like a very young weeaboo. I'm surprised Morning Musume is still active. I know! Morning Musume was kind of on the decline in terms of popularity for a while, but apparently they're still going on strong. And I do like the new group of Morning Musume girls, but, you know, Platinum era and Golden era will still always be my favorites. But they did very, very good, the current Morning Musume girls. And it was my first ever Morning Musume concert, so, you know, I gotta give them props. They were really, really good. It was fun to watch them dance, and the audio mixing was better at the Morning Musume concert than any concert I've ever been to. Usually, if you've been to a concert, you know, usually they are way too loud, or they're, well, like, that's pretty much it. They're usually just way too loud. Like, either the music is too loud, the vocals are too loud. Usually that's not much of a problem. Usually it's just the instrumentals that are way too loud. And just everything in general is just crazy, crazy loud. But the Morning Musume concert, it was a perfect volume where you could hear the instrumental and hear the girls singing. And I didn't get, like, the closest seat. I didn't get to get up and smell the girls, but I was able to see them pretty well. You haven't been to one in years. Yeah, I don't usually like concerts very much. I don't like being around a bunch of stinky, smelly people super close to each other, and super loud music kind of bugs me, and usually there aren't really that many concerts that I'm interested in going to in the first place, but this one was good. Also, hello, Rev. I think I'll just call you Rev, because I can't say the words well enough. Also, hello, White Bear. I'm not sure if I said hi to you earlier. But Morning Musume concert, I would give it a 10 out of 10. There were also costume changes. They did a lot of the older songs too, which I really, really liked, because for me, the newer Morning Musume songs are not as good as the older ones. So I was very, very happy that they did a lot of songs that I knew from, you know, classic Morning Musume. Very, very pleased. But one thing though, if you don't know about Morning Musume, they basically have like a revolving door of girls that come in. So the current group of Morning Musume is totally, totally different from the original group. Because Morning Musume has been around for over 20 years, I think. I think it's been 25 years. So the original Morning Musume girls are nowhere to be found anymore. Have you heard of Uma Musume? I think you'll love it. I have, and if they had a English version of the game, you already know I would be on that. The only thing I know about Uma Musume though is that I think her name is what's her name again? I don't know her name, but she has a little tiara, this girl. All I know is that I love her and that she's my Morning Musume waifu if I ever play the game. She's so pretty. Oh my god. Yeah, Morning Musume has some good girls in it. Oh, oops, I accidentally deleted that. Come back! There we go. Oh, and the most expensive thing I got in Japan was probably the Maki figure. Maki and Nikko. That thing was like... How much was it again? It was at least $400 bucks, I think. The most expensive figure in my collection. By far. The second most expensive, though, is probably my Sayano Uta, which was like 200 bucks. I think this one was around 370 or 400. It was expensive, but it's 2 figurines for one, and they are up on display right now. They're looking at me. The 2 lesbians. It's very sweet. She's really cute. Good choice. Thank you, thank you. Also, good night, Neolithic. Good night if you are going to bed. I didn't see you leave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I streamed, please. Give me some allowance. But let's get into the actual places that I visited, because I'm just talking about all the stuff that I bought. There was a lot more things I wanted to buy, but just couldn't because of the lack of luggage space. Yeah, had to get a whole new suitcase. Not fun. But it was fun though, because in the end I was able to bring a lot more stuff home. Oh, I also got this really cute Toho little acrylic stand. And I have it proudly displayed at my work now, so... I got the drip, my workstation, my in-person workstation, because I also get to work from home, luckily, most of the time, is very, very bare. So I needed some stuff to bring some color into it. You know, bring some soul. You feel me? Oh, that's what it is. It's all good. You've been very busy. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you guys for understanding. But don't worry. Now that I am back and more than used to the jet lag, I am good now. I am on Poneko time. You know, I'm ready to go. So let me show you some of the places that I went. Now these photos are not taken by me. You can probably tell because they're actually good photographs. But in case you were curious, they are not from me. I got these from Google. But this is the Nishihonganji, I think that's how you say it, temple. And this is the front of it. Let me get a photo of the outside too so you can see it. Oh, whoops. That's too big. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Balance it out. There we go. So this place was really, really nice because it was close by to my hotel room. So I only had to walk like 10 minutes to get there. And, you know, maybe you're thinking 10 minutes sounds like a long time to walk, but it's a really short amount of time when you're in Japan. There's so much walking in Japan. And I didn't mind it, actually. I got used to walking. But it was a Buddhist Shinto temple because apparently in Japan, Buddhism and Shintoism are like really quite overlinked. Like they go well together. They complement each other. And Shintoism and Buddhism are both religions that aren't exclusionary. in the sense that you can believe in multiple religions at once while still following them. So in Japan, Buddhism and Shintoism are really, really close to each other. But I think that there are some people, though, that still exclusively believe in one and not the other. But here, it's more of a mix. And you can't see it because you aren't allowed to take photographs of it. Though I did end up sneaking one photo of the inside of the temple. And it is all gold-plated, or gold leaf, I think. Oh, it looks like there's one photo that I could find of the altar. But the inside is definitely a lot more impressive than the outside, even though the outside's really, really pretty as well. This is what the inside kind of looks like. They have peacocks. It's so pretty. Are there actual real-life Mikos as well? I did see a few Mikos. I saw actually, I think, more of the male counterpart. I'm not sure what the male counterpart of a Miko is called, but I saw more male Mikos? Let's look it up. What is the term? The Miko are shrine maidens. What is the male version? A male Miko is called a Geki, a Kanagi, or Fugeki. Not to be confused with Miko. Okay, so I guess I saw those then. More of those than shrine maidens. Which, you know, I liked seeing them, but I am definitely more of a shrine maiden fan, as you can tell from the Reimu merchandise that I bought. But it was so pretty. There isn't really that much to say about this place other than it was really, really pretty, and that it made me sad I couldn't take photographs inside because there were people praying, so I think that might be part of the reason why they're a little bit strict on that. It's not like they were taking people's phones or telling them to stop, but I had to sneak a photo. I had to. It was too pretty. It was too pretty to ignore. But yeah, really, really beautiful place. Not much, you know, not much more flavor I can give other than it was just beautiful. I think probably the most beautiful place I saw in Japan was that. But let me get the next place that I went to. Actually, I don't think I went there. Okay, so this place is not quite as beautiful, but it was cool because I was able to get a aerial view of Kyoto. The Kyoto Tower, if you will. Here it is. Oh, it's too big again. This is what happens when you get your photographs from Google. They're never thinking, what if Poneko needs this for a stream? I should make this a more reasonable size. Nope. They would never be that courteous. But here's the Kyoto Tower at nighttime. I went in the day, but it looks really pretty at night, so this is the photo that I chose. But I was able to see everything from the Kyoto Tower. It was actually the first landmark that I visited in Kyoto. And I think it was a good choice to go there first because I was able to see everything super, super close. And I actually went there before going to Nishihonganji. I think that's how you say it. And I could actually see the little temple from there, so really convenient. I see you got an anime collection. I did. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of non-weeb stuff, but I didn't really share that because it's not as interesting. I got a few dresses, I got one pair of shoes, and also just some really pretty traditional looking Japanese stuff. But Tokyo Tower, you're able to see everything in Kyoto from, you know, super high up. That's beautiful, that's interesting to me. I'm glad that you find it interesting. Kyoto Tower was pretty nice. Not a place I would recommend going to in the daytime, just because it's not as pretty. I like seeing the lights at nighttime because everything looks all glittery and looks like a little gem box, you know? But one benefit, though, of going to the Kyoto Tower is I was able to get some really tasty chocolate. I was able to have artisan chocolate that was really similar to this place that I used to go to when I was younger, but it closed down. So it brought back some good childhood memories for me. I don't know what the exact style of chocolate is called, but I think it's called Gembox chocolate. Is that the term? Assorted gift boxes. I'm trying to get a photo of something similar. But I was able to get some really tasty, pretty chocolate. Let me get a photo of something similar. They kind of look like rocks, actually. Yeah, this is a kind of low-res photo, but basically they're just really, really pretty chocolates. And, you know, you might not want to eat them because they're so pretty, but you should because they're even tastier than they look. Oh, this is a good one. It's also too big again, but this is what they look like. I got a mango flavor, strawberry, apple, cinnamon. I got 6 of them. I had to eat them. They were too tasty. And they were really similar too to my childhood experience. So that was really nostalgic for me. Oh, wait 1 second. Whoa, what happened? Where did all my stuff go? The TV is back, but the chat box is not working still. Let me turn that off really quick. Oh, oops. I think I accidentally deleted something. I'm gonna go back in time to when I didn't delete that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. Let me delete the right thing this time. I swear to God. Thankfully, I can't delete myself because that would be really, really awful if that happened. That would be bad. I would die, probably. I think I have accidentally turned off the model, but luckily I've never deleted Poneko. Hopefully it was permanent. Yeah, it's good now. Don't worry. My wallet is screaming, don't you think about it. I think each chocolate was around $3. So not crazy expensive, but definitely high end. You know, it's not like getting a Hershey's bar where you get like a large candy. The Hershey bars are super gross, so I wouldn't even, you couldn't pay me to eat a Hershey's bar. Even when I was a kid and would go trick-or-treating, they'd give out Hershey's. People would be like, oh my god, yay, it's a full-size candy bar. I'd be like, ew, I hate Hershey's. It's gross. Hopefully it was permanent. Oh, sorry, I meant it wasn't. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you for clarifying that. I was about to get really angry at you. No, I wasn't. But this next place I went to is Nishiki Market. And Nishiki Market is basically a place that you go to get a lot of street food. They have a lot of vendors there. You get your snacks. There's desserts. There's main course dishes. But mainly you want to just get something that you can eat as a quick little snack. And then you go on to the next place. And the tastiest thing I had there was probably the Kobe beef skewers. Oh my god. Kobe beef skewers are so tasty. They're so good. And for me personally, I'm usually not a huge fan of marbled meat. I like my meat lean, you know? I like it to come from a very skinny cow. No fat cows here. But the Kobe beef, even though it looks fatty and it's marbled, it did definitely melt in your mouth. So probably one of the best fat steaks that I've had. I got two skewers because I wanted to get a second one. It was that good. And if you haven't ever heard of Kobe beef or Wagyu, those are both Japanese, very, very expensive, high quality meats. But I was able to get them pretty cheap here. Wait, cows cannot be fat? Oh, you mean cannot not be fat? Well, I think that they're still always gonna have some fat, but it's just that some cows are fatter than others. And also, I think more than that, it depends on where you're getting the meat from. For me, my favorite cut of meat is filet mignon. So I'm not sure what part of the body that comes from the cow. Let's look it up. I got cow diagram for situations like this. I got it handy. But Kobe beef, though, is different, and Wagyu, because I think that there is a difference between how they raise the cows or something to make it all marbled like that. But looks like you get the filet mignon from... I don't see filet mignon on this. Where's filet mignon on the chart? Where is it? Oh. Oh, it's the big red thing. I didn't see that. So it looks like it's near the short loin. And I guess that part of the cow just isn't as fatty. So it tastes better. Like, your steak experience is going to be very different depending on where you get the meat from. So if you get filet mignon, it's going to be super lean. You're going to be tasting the meat, not the fat. There's no gristle, barely any fat. It's my favorite part, but I've also tried New York steak too. I'm not sure what that's called though. Sirloin, brisket, shank, rib. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these words. But filet mignon is the best cut. Maybe the meat that I had in Japan was cut from a similar place on the cow. I'm not sure. But that was definitely probably the tastiest meal that I had in Japan. I also got to have some traditional Japanese food as well. Some mountain food, which was really, really cool. And also some grass dango. I'm not sure what the term of it is exactly. It's whatever the Japanese word for mugwort is, which I know sounds really, really gross, but it's not. Is it weird to like steak well done? A little bit. I'll judge you a little bit, but it's okay. My uncle likes his steak well done. For some reason, he thinks it's like raw if it's anything other than well done, but I disagree. I think medium rare is the best, and probably well done is the worst in my opinion. And then rare is a little bit too rare for me. I like medium rare. Those are the best in my opinion. And I think there's medium well, but I don't really like medium well. That's still too cooked in my opinion. You think the same as my uncle? Yeah, you do. You like yours medium as well? Yeah. Some places also cook their meat differently too, where they're like, yeah, our medium rare is more like a medium here. So sometimes I order the medium depending on the place, but yeah, medium rare I think is the tastiest of them all. But yeah, Nishiki Market, it looks just like this. I also got my nails done too at a place very close by to Nishiki Market, which is very, very nice. And I got a gel manicure. Let me see, maybe I can show a photo of it. Oh, actually, I don't have it readily available, but manicures are also cheaper in Japan too. It was kind of expensive. Like, it's not something that I would normally do. I don't usually get my nails done. For whatever reason, I seem to be genetically blessed with having very, very strong nails. But sometimes that can be a little bit of a curse because I kind of like to keep them short so that when I'm playing video games, I'm not feeling them in the way. But I'll give you guys some ASMR so you can hear my little nails tap. But yeah, as you can probably hear, they're pretty long right now. Completely raw, rip right off the cow. No! You can't do that, Sarah. You'll get in trouble. You're supposed to cook it first, not totally raw. I don't like my meat overcooked and I hate raw. Yeah. Speaking of raw food, I did try sushi again. I was thinking maybe I would like sushi more in Japan because I'm not usually a huge fan of California sushi and just American sushi in general. Like, it's okay. I don't hate it. But I tried Japanese sushi. I didn't really like it much more either. I think when it comes to raw fish, I might just be not much of a fan. I wanted to be. I even went to a Japanese sushi place to try it out and be like, you know, I wanted to come back and be like, yeah, Japanese sushi is way better, but it wasn't. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it here. I didn't like it there. You know, which isn't that surprising considering they are technically the same thing in that they're both rice and raw fish, just that the California one has more stuff on it. But yeah, would not recommend unless you're a huge sushi fan. I know some people are. My cousin and my aunt really like sushi, but it is just not for me. Other food that I tried in Japan was a Japanese style breakfast where you get tamagoyaki, which is now my new favorite omelet. Because it's kind of sweet. And also the texture is really good too. Let me get some photos. Tamagoyaki is basically an omelet made with, it's rolled up like this, so it's really cute. Part of the aesthetics definitely add a little bit of points, but it's still good on its own, just in terms of the taste. They mix, I think, dashi, soy sauce, and egg together, and then they rolled it up like so. Super good. And it usually comes with rice and miso soup, and little other things that you like. You can also get natto with it, but I did try natto in Japan. And I wanted to like it, because I really like soybeans, but fermented soybeans? Kinda gross. It was not very good, but this is what natto looks like, basically. It's fermented soybeans, I think. Yeah, I'm not usually a huge fan of anything that's fermented. The closest thing I can tolerate that's fermented, even though I guess it's technically not even fermented, it's just they do something to it. What's the term? They salt it so that it lasts longer. My favorite thing like that can even be compared is probably just jerky. And I don't even think that's that similar, so it's not a very good comparison. But I do I like regular soybeans, Johnny. It's just natto is gross and stinky. I don't like it. What about wine? I'm not a huge alcohol fan just in general. If it's alcoholic, it has to not taste alcoholic. It has to taste like a sweet, sugary drink in order for me to put it in my mouth. Oh, I remember natto. I've seen that once on Bo. I don't know what that is. But yeah, you mix it around in your rice and you eat it. I don't though. I don't do that because it's nasty to me. It does not suit my palate. Let's just say that. But one thing though that I did try, because I was in my experimental era. I was trying out new things. I tried a raw egg on rice because you can actually eat the eggs raw in Japan, and I am not that I'm not that brave. I don't really like eggs in general, and so eating a raw egg by itself was not in the cards for me. It was not an option. But rice and eggs mixed together is really pretty decent. It's not the tastiest thing, but I think I'm proud of myself for being very brave and doing it. And people were pretty surprised. They were like, oh my god, that gaijin is mixing it? Wow, she's so cool. Well, I don't know if that was said exactly, but I was given praise, so very nice. I like the stickiness and salty taste of natto, but natto is not for everyone, I suppose. Oh, also, hello, Moby. Welcome. Yeah, I didn't like the stickiness. I didn't like the taste. I didn't like the smell. There wasn't anything I liked about it, which sounds so mean, but it is the truth. It was not for me. Anyways, let's talk about the next place that I went to. So next on the list is Geon. I went to Geon and I got made up as a geisha. I don't have any photos. I can't show them because I'll get in trouble. But if you want, you can draw your interpretation of what Poneko would look like as a geisha. Oh my god, this image is way too tiny. Wait, I got rid of the wrong thing. I didn't want to get rid of that. This, okay. This is a way prettier image than what I saw in Geon. Why are these all so tiny? Oh my god, these images are either way too small or way too big. Welcome, Andy. Meowdy, meowdy. How are you? How has it been? It's been good. I've just been getting my sea legs back from being in Japan and not streaming for a bit. It was very, very fun though. But take a look at this very low res image. It's kind of similar to what Geon looked like, except for on the day I was going, it was raining and very dreary, so it wasn't as nice. But the main appeal though was getting the makeover. And, you know, you can draw your interpretation if you'd like. I looked very beautiful. As always, of course. They're images for ants, exactly. They don't understand. The Pomodachis have better vision than ants. I also went to Mujou Castle. Let's get a photo of that. It's loading. And I saw some very beautiful pigeons there. I know, it sounds like I'm baiting you, but there was actually a really cute pigeon there. It was white and brown, and people were actually taking photos of it. It was so cute. And it was making out with another pigeon. I got to see a romance bloom in real time. But here it is. This is Mujou Castle. And let me get a photo of the inside of it so you can see. It was a place that a shogun used to live at for a while, who I think was basically like the de facto leader of Japan at the time. Because if you don't know, in Japan, the imperial family has lasted a very, very long time without anybody dying. Well, not without anybody dying, because obviously they did die, but, you know, they're the longest royal lineage. So they've been around, even though they haven't been the actual leaders of Japan. The shogun lived here, so he was the actual leader, I believe, I think. You witnessed Pigeon-kun confess his love to Pigeon-sama. Yes, I did. I did. Meowdy Johnny, welcome! How are you? Welcome, welcome. But Mujou Castle, I got to see some pigeons making out. That was probably the highlight of Mujou Castle. Even though Mujou Castle was very, very pretty, it was just kind of crowded. I did like seeing all of the different portraits on every room. I wish that was more like that for Western homes. I actually used to live in a house that had little monkeys painted on the wall, and they weren't like, you know, ugly monkeys. They were very well done. It was done by our friend who was an artist, and our house that we used to live in had a lot of character, you know. And when we sold it, well, not we, but when my parents sold it, it was so sad. They completely just painted over all of that pretty artwork, and then they even had the audacity and the gall to paint the house from blue to white. Like, just mega, mega basic people. No taste! No taste. They said, how can I make my home as bland as possible? So sad. So unfortunate. But definitely, the shoguns did not have that problem. They were men of culture. I think my favorite thing inside of Mujou Castle is that there was a little tiger painting too. I can't find any photos of it, but it was all golden. Here's another photo of the inside. I think it might be the same tree. Oh, no, it's a different tree. But yeah, the interior was very, very beautiful. I don't remember if we were allowed to take photos in here though. I don't think we were. But Mujou Castle, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. My least favorite part of Mujou Castle though is that when I was walking down the steps, I fell down and I hurt my ankle. It hurt. It hurted. That place looks so pretty. Well, I know a lot of, I feel kind of bad because a lot of this stream is just me being like, look at this. It's so pretty. But that's the main thing, is it was just really, really nice. I don't have that many stories of like bad or funny things happening because it was just a very, very peaceful trip in most ways. Let me see if I can get a photo of the garden in Nikko Castle. Because there was also an outside section that was really, really cool. Here it is. Okay. That's the outside of it. So serene. Are there any haunted places in Japan? Oh, I'm sure. Have you seen Ghost Stories? The anime? Yeah, there's definitely haunted places in Japan. Or at least, you know, they call them haunted. They, you know, I'm sorry for those of you that are ghost believers, but I do not believe in the ghosts. I think closest thing to a ghost-like experience that I had is when I saw my dog who had been put down. It looked like I saw it just sleeping, but I think that was just me huffing some copium. So, it's very sad. Sad Sadako noises, yeah. Nah, but they're real in anime and things like that. I've seen Ghost Stories. I also met one of the English dub voice actors. She was great. Oh, gotta go. I got like 5 works for college and they're all in the next week. Happy that you're back, Poe. Bye. See you later, Sarah. Thank you for coming on in. It was nice to see you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good luck with your projects. I will see you later. Oh, that's so cool though. I've met a few voice actresses and they always seem really nice, but the Ghost Story ones are definitely some of the most iconic ones out there, for sure. Alright, let's get more photos. I feel so bad. The stream was so one note because everything was just really good. Probably the most negative experience I had in Japan is there was this old woman on the subway that was glaring at me because I think it was because I was wearing it wasn't a revealing outfit, but it had the waist cut out on the sides. So it was showing a little bit of skin, but the dress went down to the floor, and it's not like I had that much cleavage, but she was not a fan of it. She was not a fan of the dress. She was glaring at me. And I made eye contact with her and smiled at her because I thought, oh, maybe she's just looking at me because there's nothing else to look at. So I smiled at her, and she just glared at me harder. It's like making this face at me. That's what she looked like. But not as cute. Not as cute as me, of course. But I also went to... I'm trying to find the place. I don't remember what the name of it was. It was another place in Tokyo that... Oh, I haven't talked about Tokyo yet. Yeah, all these places that I've talked about, that's just Kyoto, okay? This is gonna be a long stream because there were a lot of places that I went to. Oh, other bad experiences I had in Japan. So, I unfortunately did not love Nara, Japan. Nara used to be the old capital in Japan, by the way. I think it was the first ever capital. And one thing that's very cool about Nara is that they have a deer park where there's a bunch of cute little deer and they're very tame and very nice. But with deer comes other things. Particularly the things that come out of deer, like poop, which I stepped in Nara. And I was very embarrassed because I tried to get off as much as I could off of my shoe, but I just felt so bad. I felt so stinky, even though, I mean, I couldn't smell anything, but I felt really gross. So that experience wasn't really the best. And I also heard in Nara, too, that the deer are super enthusiastic and that they really like eating crackers. So I bought a whole bunch of crackers and nobody wanted anything. I saw poop. No, I didn't just see it, Caleb. I stepped in it. If I saw it, that would be fine. I see poop every day. But I stepped in it. So that was really, really sad. But yeah, deer park. I would not, I probably wouldn't go there again. Next time I want to go to the monkey park. I want to see the monkeys. But hopefully they won't throw poop at me. Aw, cute little deer, little babies. I know, they're so cute. Yeah, they were really, really cute. But I bought a whole bunch of crackers, and they were kind of like, fine, I'll take it. I guess if you're offering it to me, I'll take it. They weren't enthusiastic about it. I heard that they would bow at you to get it and be like, hello, please give me cracker. But they didn't do that to me. I just had to give it to them, and then they'd be like, oh. They'd take a bite of it, and then they'd spit it out. It was so sad. It was so horrible. Not good. On the way out of Deer Park, though, there was also this place called, so you're telling me that they were tsundere? They were! How about the Fox Zoo? Did you visit them? I did not get to visit any foxes in Japan, unfortunately. I did get to go to an animal cafe, though. I only went once, though, because after I read an article that was saying that sometimes the animal cafes can sort of be a little bit shady with people drugging the animals so that they stay up or that they go to sleep and they're more relaxed. So I just wanted to kind of avoid it. I just went to one animal cafe. I'm not sure if it's like that for cat cafes necessarily, but for the more exotic animal cafes, apparently there can sometimes be some shady stuff going on behind the scenes. But I did go to one animal cafe, and from what I saw, it seemed to be pretty good, but there were definitely a whole lot of different animals together in one place. One of the cats, though, at the animal cafe really liked me and sat on my lap and wanted me to pet it for a long time. And I think it's because we were kindred spirits. Did you see any maid cafes? I actually didn't go into any maid cafes because I heard the food isn't really that good. And I wanted to eat some good food whenever I was out, so I didn't actually end up going. But I did see maids advertising their services outside. So I got a little bit of the experience, but not really. I've heard stories about cafes over there not always being the best. Yeah, that was the other thing too, is when I went to the animal cafe, I got a chocolatey drink and it wasn't really that good. I didn't really like it. I didn't expect it to be very good, but it was not tasty. So, Blend S is real then. Yes, Blend S is accurate. Well, maybe not entirely, but that part is. Oh, so I also went to Osaka, and one really, really good thing about staying in Kyoto, if you guys ever do end up deciding to go to Japan, is if you have Kyoto as a home base for part of the trip, you can visit Osaka and you can visit Nara, because they're both about like 40 minutes away, like to the places that you actually want to go to, because Osaka is more like 20 minutes away, but it's not like the actual good part of Osaka. It's just like some random shitty part. It sounds so mean, but it's not as nice. But I ended up going to an Osaka for a day. I went to Dotonbori. Let me get a photo of it. You've probably seen the Running Man before in anime. I got a photo in front of that thing. I tried to do the pose, but I look super lame. And I also went to Amerikamura. Yeah, I was feeling homesick, so I had to go to Amerikamura. Amerikamura definitely was the most similar place to Japan. I mean, not to Japan, to America that I was at. Let me get a photo of it. Whoops. Lots of street fashion there. It was kind of funny. There were a lot more gangster style? I'm not sure exactly what that style is called. Where it's super, super baggy, and I don't want to say it I don't want to get in trouble in my description of it. But that style was very, very popular in Amerikamura, if you know what I'm talking about. Super baggy, so many bright colors and lights. What a big city. Yeah, I think Osaka is the second largest city. I wonder if they have any Canadian themed places. Caleb, I'm so sorry. Nobody cares about Canada enough to have a mini Canada. That sounds so mean. Maybe there is. Is there a mini Canada anywhere? I know there's like a mini China, mini Japan in a lot of places. I looked up Mini Canada and all that came up was an ugly car. I'm sorry, Caleb. It would be all flannel and maple syrup. Yeah, that sounds about right. It'd also be super cold. I feel so bad about shading in Canada. I'm sorry, I'm American. I have to. There are rivals. Our polite rivals that say sorry a lot. Mafuyu is an acceptable answer. Wait, what's Mafuyu? What? But anyways, Osaka has a lot of street food. I tried takoyaki there, and it was pretty tasty. I know some of you guys in the chat, we've discussed takoyaki before. A lot of you guys really, really like it. You think it's super tasty. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I had in mind with cheese on the inside instead of mayo. I think mayo's typical. Or not cheese on the inside, cheese on the top. And it was very, very tasty. I would say that I liked the breaded part of it. It was super hot though. It was kind of like putting molten lava in my mouth. So that part was a little bit disconcerting because it kind of burned the roof of my mouth. But it was still very, very good. I think for me, I feel bad about eating takoyaki though, just because I know how smart and how cute octopus are. I feel really bad about it. So I didn't have it after that. I only had the one time, and it was very good. I have always wanted to try takoyaki just because it looks so good. I'm not sure if I'll have it again though. If I do have takoyaki again, it'll probably be like sausage yaki. I'm not sure if that would be the term, but I would want to make it with something else on the inside. Because octopus are so cute. And they remind me of my sister Reina. I want to visit the wisteria garden in Kitakyushu. The wisteria trees look like something out of a fantasy movie. It's fine, I'm Canadian and I rip on Canada, we deserve it. Thank you for understanding, Domura. Arigato. But you're not wrong about us apologizing too much. True. Look at him. He's like, it's fine, you can call us bad. Canadians are too nice, I swear to God. Well, Canadians are known for being pretty nice, but sometimes though they can be shady. Same with Europeans. And Americans aren't usually shady. They're more just outright aggressive. So, it's different. I gotta try takoyaki at least once. Okonomiyaki too. I tried okonomiyaki. It was surprisingly good. I'm not a big cabbage person. For me, cabbage is sort of like my mortal enemy. I don't like cabbage. I don't like lettuce. I kind of hate both of those things. So, I'm not usually a huge fan of anything with cabbage or those ingredients in it, but the okonomiyaki that I had did not have a very cabbagey taste. It more like just added a little bit of extra crunch. So, it was pretty good. I liked it. Plus we have the French Canadians and you can roast them. Sorry to my French Canadians if you're in the chat. I don't think that they are. They aren't cultured enough to discover a Poneko stream. Actually, maybe they are. If you are from French Canada, I'm sorry. Actually, I think there was one person from Quebec earlier. Oh yeah, the geese here are major jerks. I'm pretty sure that oh, hello, Sorcerise. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about you. Nah, but people from Quebec seem to be pretty cool for the most part. I don't really know too much about them. There was a drag queen on Canadian Drag Race that was from Quebec, and she was really good. She almost won. So that's you guys have some good representation on drag queen shows. That's all I can say. Also, hello, Sorcerise. Welcome. How are you? I'm gonna take a little drink of water. It's been a while. Canadian geese, otherwise known as cobra chickens. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Yeah, it was kind of funny. It had been a long time since I'd seen geese, and I was in Chicago, which also has a lot of geese. And there was just like a whole crowd of geese walking around, you know, being menaces like usual. And I saw a poo on the floor, and I was like, this poo is way too big to have come from a goose. This is dog poo. There's no way. I was like, somebody wasn't picking up after their dog, and somebody was like, nope, that's geese poo. It is. And I looked it up, and it was. I was so shocked. I was like, how could that come out of a bird's body? Oh my god. It was huge too, and stinky. I thought it was from a dog, but it wasn't. I was like, why are you people cleaning up your dog's poo? What's wrong with you? Yeah, I worked as a dog walker for a bit when I was in high school, a little bit in college. I don't really do it that much. I did like less than 100 walks, so I didn't really do it that much. I was very, very much part-time, but when I did, I always made sure to clean up whenever the dogs would have poo. It was kind of sad at times being a dog walker, because a lot of times people would put their dogs in a little crate whenever they were gone. And I understand sometimes, you know, at nighttime you gotta crate the dogs so that they can go to sleep and that they aren't walking around tip-tapping and being super loud. But it was depressing because I felt bad for the little dogs, and one of them was super sweet and super nice. It was like so excited to see me. It didn't even know me. I was a stranger, but it was so excited that it got to finally go out. I gave it like an extra 5-minute walk for free. I remember I got hit in the face by a goose's wing because I tried to pet it. It hurt. Oh no, Moby. That's so sad. Yeah. Just do not mess with the geese. They're, you know, they will not take shit from anyone. Even if you're trying to be nice to the geese. Probably if you tried to feed it, it would still be mean. They're not known for their kindness. So, now let's go into Tokyo. Okay? Yeah, geez, I've been talking for an hour, and I'm a little over halfway done, but it's just so many places. So many things to talk about. Oh my god. At the end, I want to give you guys some tips about Japan to make your stay better if you ever decide to go. I went to Harajuku in Tokyo. Let me get some photos of it. Hello? Why is it not showing up? Oh, it's another photo for ants. Great. Let me get something better. You guys deserve better than this. You deserve better than this. Okay. This looks like it'll be big enough. Okay, this is good. So I went to Harajuku as well. And Harajuku and Amerikamura definitely had the most street fashion. There were a lot of people wearing Lolita and Decora and just general J fashion. I'm not sure all of the different styles. I didn't see any gyarus out there though, unfortunately. I did see some people wearing more gothic clothing though. And oh my god, there was so much cool stuff in Harajuku. But you know what was really sad? It was so sad. All of the clothing, all of the shirts were super ultra mega baggy. I saw so many cute, you know, pattern t-shirts with like anime girls on them and stuff like that. I did end up getting one shirt from Harajuku, but everything was so baggy. I think baggy clothes in Japan are like the it thing right now, and when it comes to alternative fashion, baggy clothing are just super popular. I personally think it's because they want to save money and not have to make sizes for everyone. So they just make everything ginormous. Like, oh my god. But for me personally, while I like how baggy clothing looks on other people, baggy clothing looks like garbage on me. Baggy clothing looks so bad on me. It's not even funny. Because people, you know what people will say? They'll be like, yeah, if you have an hourglass body, you can wear anything you want. This is not true. Just because you have an hourglass body and, you know, the most perfect, beautiful body in the world does not mean that you can wear anything you want. Baggy clothing looks like shit on me. It makes me look fat. It makes me look so bad because the way that the clothes just wear on you when you have a small waist but like kind of large butt and hips, and I don't really have, well, when your waist is small but everything else isn't, it does not suit your body. It does not look very good on you. It made me look fat. It did not look very good. But I wanted it to look good. I wanted it to look good so bad. Even when I took like a little belt to wrap around it, it still didn't work. It didn't look very good on me. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of funny. I feel like baggy clothing looks best on people that are very, very slim with with small boobs and small butt. I think that baggy clothing looks very good on that body type, which is more common, I think, in Japan than the United States or other places, so maybe it suits them more a bit. But it also looks pretty good, I think, on people that are a little bit on the chubbier side too. So, but it does not look very good on me. I don't like it. Sorry, Auntie Poneko, I just can't believe that. I'm betting you're 100% head pat worthy in anything. Aw, thank you. Also, lol. Well, thank you. I did get a few baggy shirts that I can wear as pajama clothing, so I don't mind it. And, it's not as though I like to dress super, super nicely every day, but if I'm gonna be wearing a fancy outfit, I want it to at least look good on me. If I'm staying at home, or if I'm just going out to do whatever it is that I do whenever I go outside, I don't really go outside that much, but if I was to go outside, I would want to look good, okay? Died for a hot minute because of the internet. Sorry. It's okay. Welcome back, Missy. Welcome back. We were just talking about baggy clothing. For me, the kind of clothing that suits me the best, and I was able to get some really cute clothes in Japan, are things that are fitted. I like fitted clothing more that are made with a more stretchy material that, curves to the body. I think that suits me a lot more. But yeah, anything that cinches in at the waist, I really, really like. But baggy clothes, not for me. You love baggy because you like to be clothy. I like baggy clothing when I'm at home. It is comfortable at home, and I definitely do not hate on it. It's just when the shirt is like $40 and it has a really cool design, but it doesn't look very good on you, then I can't justify it. I can't justify a $40, pajama shirt, because that's what it would be used for. It would be relegated to that. But to be fair, I probably would be wearing it more than my actual nice clothing, because I wear pajamas whenever I'm not outside. It's very funny. I will go to work and I'll be wearing, my office lady clothing, office lady Poneko. And then as soon as I come home, I will get changed into my pajamas. And even when I work from home, I'm wearing pajamas. I just don't turn on I don't turn on my camera. Yeah, they don't need to see me. They don't need to see me. I don't need to put on my makeup and look all nice and fancy. Nah. It's fine. You can just imagine it. Just imagine me. And it'll probably look better than me wearing my pajamas with no makeup and waking up 15 minutes before work and turning on the computer. Same. You do the same thing. Smart. I mean, unless every single person there is turning on their camera, you don't have to. And for that, I am very, very thankful to the majority of my coworkers who did not turn on their camera so that we can all protectively shield each other from having to show our faces. It's very lucky. Very, very lucky. Oh, I also got crepes in Harajuku too. You guys may know, but I am a huge, huge crepe fan. Usually I like to get Nutella and strawberry. That's my my choice, usually. My most favorite crepe combo. But in Japan, it was mainly strawberries and other fruits with a special whipped cream. It was very good. Very aesthetic too, and nice because it was way less messy than when I have the Nutella crepes. Whenever I have Nutella crepes, I get Nutella all over my face. I can't help it. It does not matter how daintily I am eating it. If it has Nutella, it's gonna stain my face. Period. It always does. Just imagine me, Poneko, causing mass thirst worldwide via live stream. No, not Andy. That would never happen. Come on. I know I may be an anime girl, but still, that would never happen. Harajuku was fun though, but very kind of depressing because none of the clothes look good on me. I could have maybe tried on some of the gothic clothing, but even the gothic clothing, everything was all super baggy, other than the Lolita. But the Lolita in Japan was mega ultra expensive, so I couldn't buy it. Very sad. The Lolita clothes are always so beautiful, but I didn't have my extra suitcase at that time, and you already know Lolita dresses are notorious for being some of the most poofy ones out there. So there was no way I was gonna be able to fit it in my bag at the time. So I didn't even try them on. I just looked from afar. I admired their beauty. Maybe next time though. I do like Lolita fashion. I just haven't really worn it. Rushi's more the expert on that. I think Rushi actually made me a very interesting cord. Is it called cord? Coard? I'm not sure what the term is when it comes to Lolita fashion, but she made a very cute coordinated outfit for me. Next place that I went to, Shinjuku. And also, while I was at Shinjuku, because it is very, very close by, I went to the set of Yakuza, Kamurocho. Is that how you say it? Kamurocho. Oh, Kamurocho. Yeah. I went to the red light district. And surprisingly, I saw less yabai things there than I did in Akihabara. So, you know, weebs are always out degenning every group out there. Nah, I wouldn't go that far. Let me get the photo of Kamurocho. Why is it not loading? Ree! Let me in. Okay, if I can't get it up, you might just need to get up your Yakuza game and walk around. Cause that's pretty much what it was. Yeah, Kamurocho is the place in Yakuza. It's actually very funny. I looked up photos of Kamurocho and they're all from Yakuza. What the hell? Let me get a regular photo of it. Jesus. Oh my god. Not all the photos on Google being from Yakuza, the video game, not the real place. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I got my photos ready. You've seen the games. It's awesome. Totally not jealous of Poneko. It's okay. You can be jealous of me. Jealousy is a natural emotion when you're looking at someone as beautiful and smart as me. Nah, but for real, I do get jealous of people, but for me, the way that my jealousy manifests is never like being angry that someone has something that I want. It's just wanting that thing. Like if somebody has a lot of money and a lot of cool stuff, like if I see somebody with like a really, you know, if I see someone with a Deca massive Reimu Fumo, I'm not gonna be jealous like, I wish that they didn't have that Fumo. It should be mine. Actually, I might do a little bit of that, but no, not really. I'll just be like, I wish I had that Fumo. If I had that Fumo, it would be sitting in my room 24/7, or like, maybe I would have the Fumo work so that I wouldn't have to. Maybe use it as a carpool buddy. Okay, I'm getting off of topic. Anyways, Shinjuku. So, I only spent like about half of a day in Shinjuku. Actually, less than half a day, probably more like a quarter. I spent like after 8 p.m. till like 11 p.m. So 3 hours, not that long, in Shinjuku and Kamurocho. So you can actually walk from Shinjuku to Kamurocho. It's really close. They're super, super close to each other. And it looks pretty similar to how it does in Yakuza. You may have heard in rumors that if you're walking around Kamurocho at nighttime, that people will come up to you and bug you and be like, hey baby, do you want to go to a hostess club or host club or soapland or other weird stuff like that? Or they'll try and get you to drink a lot, but nobody walked up to me and tried to bring me into any of those. So just based on my very, very limited experience, I feel like you probably should be safe. Probably you'll be safer if you're walking around with a group of people, and they'll be less likely to come up to you. Well, yes, the radiation cat girl is adorable, but when can I put a Poneko plushie on my bed? That's when it really becomes a total win. Oh my god, soon! But I have to let you know, Andy, the first person to get a Poneko plushie will be me. So once I get a Poneko plushie, maybe that it will be possible for you guys to get one too. If I were to get plushies, I would probably have to make them by hand. So those things will be worth their weight in gold, because it would be manual labor from me. I'm only jealous because I was supposed to visit Japan this year too. Aww. Do you think it's too late, Johnny Cat? Would you be able to go in September maybe, or later on in the year? You would like to visit Japan? Yeah. I'm gonna definitely go to Japan again. It's just a matter of when I go back, because there is still so much to see. One thing though that is pretty interesting about Japan is everything is relatively close to each other. Japan is about the size of California, and it's kind of similarly shaped too, because they're both long shaped, you know, up and down, north and south. West to east is not really quite as wide, but I was able to get from Kyoto to Japan, or not Kyoto to Japan, excuse me, Kyoto to Tokyo in about 2.5 hours, I think. Which might sound kind of long, but I was staying in 2 different hotels during my stay, which is what I recommend you do if you ever do decide to go to Japan and want to not just stay in Tokyo or Kyoto the entire time, but you want to see that sort of area, because those are the places that I stayed personally. You can stay one night or some nights in Tokyo and some nights in Kyoto, and you'll be able to go to a lot of cool places there. Hello, Rakia! Welcome! Meowdy, how are you? California has to be bigger. It is marginally bigger. It's a little bit bigger. But they're pretty similar size, so it's pretty nice. Another nice thing about Japan, too, is that there's barely any cars on the street. There are still some. People do still like to drive around, but so much less congestion. Oh my god, so much less. The railway is really the way to get around, through the public transportation system and walking. That's how you're gonna get everywhere in Japan, pretty much. And one thing I do recommend is that you get a JR pass. The person that was buying the JR pass from was trying to gaslight me into not getting it and be like, oh no, it'll be less expensive just to buy the ticket every time. She was wrong, okay? I did the math on it. It was way cheaper to get the JR pass. Now, I did hear that they are going to increase the price of the JR pass in the future, unfortunately. So what I'm saying may not apply by that time that they increase it, but the time I went, it was good to have the JR pass. So if you are time traveling and going back in time around the time I was going, get the JR pass. But if you are from the future, maybe don't. I don't know. Johnny, I was supposed to go to Korea and Japan this year. Dang, both. What happened? Tip from a Californian, don't. What does the JR pass do? Oh, so the JR pass is basically something that you can use to get on the Japanese public rail system. It doesn't apply to every single ticket that you buy in Japan, but you're able to use it to get from places that are far away from each other. You can use the bullet train, so if you want to go to Tokyo to Kyoto, you know, or Kyoto to Osaka, or Kyoto to Nara, or other places in Japan, because there are many places that I did not go to in Japan. Those are just some of them. You can use the JR Pass to go to all of them, and you just scan it, go on your way. It lasts like 14 days, but you can get a 28-day version too, I think, and a 7-day version. So it depends on how long your trip is. But you basically use it to get on the public transportation system, and it also works too for certain shorter destinations where it's not from city to city but from line to line. It depends though on how expensive it is in the future, but I think that there is an app that you can use to calculate the cost of the main places that you're going to see if the JR Pass is still worth it. Me and my sister are into anime, and one of your other sisters is into K-pop. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I do like K-pop as well. I'm just not a huge fan in the same sense that I am when it comes to J-pop and also just anime weeb stuff. But I think that if you were to talk to the average person, they would probably say I'm a K-pop fan, because I do listen to it sometimes. A tip from a BC boy: construction everywhere. Oh, is that so? There wasn't that much construction in Japan going on, luckily. Yeah, one place that always seems to be under construction is Las Vegas. They're always building something there. And it's always kind of an eyesore. It's very sad because I like going to Las Vegas a lot. It's probably my favorite vacation spot that's close by. Yeah, it's just a single flight or drive away. Very, very nice. Same in Canada. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that, Kozaku. I'm also sorry to hear that you are Canadian. No, I'm just kidding. You've never went to Las Vegas? I recommend it. You don't need to gamble to have fun in Las Vegas. There's a lot of good food places, buffets, things to do, sights to see. For me personally, I am a very easily entertained person when it comes to shiny, pretty lights. So that's my favorite part of Las Vegas, is seeing the skyline at nighttime, because you can see all of the casinos, all of the hotels. It's also very similar in Tokyo too, and the hotel that I stayed in actually had a view of the Tokyo Tower. So super, super pretty. You can get that Blames Canada like South Park told me to. Very wise decision, Johnny Cat. Very, very wise. I'm heavily entertained by new things in general. Yeah, then you'd probably like it. I'm entertained by old things too. Do you know how many times I rewatch old anime that I like? I do that way too much. Many times if you ask me, hey Po, do you want to watch this new show, or do you want to watch something that you already liked and enjoyed? Probably 85% of the time I'll just rewatch something. I probably could have watched many new shows with all the time that I've spent. But that's a topic for another stream, because I have been watching some of the shows this season, but I don't want to spoil anything right now. Speak of anime, I should watch Fruit Basket for the 10th time. Very wise, Rakia. Very, very wise. I've actually never watched Fruits Basket though. I only read the manga, which was very, very good. But I need to watch it as well. Unfortunately though, back when I was a young weeb and Fruits Basket was super, super popular, it was not on YouTube in subbed format. I think it was maybe in dubbed, but you know, even when I was in elementary school, I was like, I'm not watching that dubbed crap. I do feel like though, nowadays dubbed anime is a lot better than it used to be. That, or maybe I've just become more of a normie. I don't know. But I can stand the dubbed animes at times. I remember watching Code Lyoko on YouTube. Yeah, I watched Shugokara on YouTube. I watched Toradora on YouTube. Need to rewatch Toradora, nice. What else? I watched a lot of shows on YouTube. Rosario Vampire. I don't even remember all of them. Watch Kero Gunso. Oh my god, there's too many to even remember. Yeah. Young Po used to just watch any anime that was on. Any anime that was on YouTube, I would watch it. I was not very discriminating in general. It didn't matter if it was like some shitty harem anime, I was still gonna watch it. I watched some boring ass shows. Jesus. Oh, Toradora is fire! Toradora is pretty good. For me, there are some mega Toradora stans, and I think it's a good show. It's not my favorite just because I'm not a huge romance fan. I'm not. I feel like just as a genre, unless there's a lot of drama and craziness going on, like if it's a romance and it's a psychological horror, then I'll like it. But when romance is the primary genre, not my favorite. You love Rosario Vampire. Oh my god. I remember I was talking about this earlier on stream, but bad memory of watching Rosario Vampire. I watched it when I was in like 1st grade or something, and I watched it on YouTube while my mom was brushing my hair because young Poneko was not the best at brushing her hair. She did not have the silky smooth hair that I have this day because I didn't like washing my hair and I didn't like brushing it. So she was brushing my hair and she saw me watching it. And if you have ever watched Rosario X Vampire, you would know there are a lot of jiggle physics. So she was like, you cannot watch that show ever again. That show's bad. It's bad for your soul. And I was like, I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry. And then I gave myself a spank on the butt. I was like, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am not a degenerate. I don't know why, but I felt so embarrassed. And she was like, it's okay. You don't have to do that. But that's something that happened to me. We should also do a Code Geass watch along. Oh, that would be fun. I do like Code Geass. It's so funny. I watched the first episode of Code Geass when I was like pretty young because I heard it was good. It was all the genres that I like. I was like, this shit is boring. And to be fair, I was right. The first episode of Code Geass is garbage. It's not good. It's not good. It is one of the extremely 0.1% of anime that the first episode does not indicate how the rest of the show is in terms of quality. Usually, people be like, no, you have to watch the first 3 episodes to see if a show is good. No, usually you can just watch the first one and you'll know. But Code Geass is the exception to that rule. I read it and loved it. I watched it and hated it. Really? For Code Geass? You liked the manga but not the anime? I never read the manga for Code Geass, but I did watch it, and I liked it a lot. For me, when it comes to just, anime characters that laugh maniacally, and psychological craziness going on, where they're tricking each other like in Death Note, that's just my favorite tropes. And also, they're so creative in the ways that they come up with how they trick other people. Oh my god, this is so good. It's so good. You meant the vampire one that I mentioned earlier. Oh, you read it and loved it and watched it and hated it. Oh, I see. Yeah, after I finished Rosario Vampire, I did not watch it again, but many years later I did read the manga for it. I didn't finish it though because it was too long. I probably wouldn't recommend Rosario Vampire to someone who wants to watch new anime, just because while I enjoyed Rosario Vampire, it is mainly just kind of a fan service-y type one. It's still a lot more good than the freaking trash garbage isekai that are out there, but I still think that there are better shows to watch nowadays. Have you seen Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun? It's got Sunday morning vibes. I have seen part of it. I think I've watched the first 15 episodes. And from what I saw, I did really, really like it. I did. And the only reason why I stopped watching it is just because I stopped watching it. I just happened to stop. But I do want to continue watching it because it was a really good show. And I like the fact that it didn't rely on fan service to have a fun, interesting plot. And the characters are so cute too. I like the colors. It's one of the good isekais out there, I would say. Have you seen Soul Eater? I have. I haven't finished Soul Eater. What I did see though, I liked it. I liked it pretty good. Death the Kid was my favorite. He was one of my husbandos when I was a kid. Kira's Laugh, the JP version, was my phone notification alert for like a year. I love that. I love that. That's so good. Also, Krook, Poneko, I gotta tell you some news. Yesterday, my parents and I got a new puppy. He's a Canadian Klee Kai, and his name is Kai. That's so cute. I love that. I've seen Klee Kais before. I think that they're one of the cutest dog breeds out there. Because for me, when it comes to dogs, I think that small to medium is the ideal size. I'm not as big of a fan of larger dogs, even though I do think that they're very cute. Oh my god, the Alaskan Klee Kai is just so cute. I can't wait. You'll have to show me a photo of it sometime. Like tag it to me on Twitter or whatever, and I'll look at it. That sounds really cute though. I'm so happy. I hope you enjoy your little puppy. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, if you guys get any pets, you can also post them in the Discord as well. Even though it's not the most active Discord in the world, I do eventually look at everything that's posted there. If you get one too, you'll name him Kyleb. That's cute. Maybe you can name him K-Lab, like the one Grey Garden character. And speaking of Grey Garden, I will be finishing it. It's just because I was in Japan, I couldn't. I wanted to talk about the Japan trip first because you already know if I try to do the Japan trip review and the gameplay in one stream, it would be so long. It would be way too long for everyone. So we're splitting it up. We're splitting it up into two. Especially because next Grey Garden stream is going to be the finale, so I needed to give you guys a bit of a breather between the two. Speaking of breathers, I am going to take a breath and take a drink of water. Had to look up Klee Kai. 10 out of 10 with head pat. Now I'm considering getting a dog again. Damn it. I haven't gotten a dog in so long. Where did you get your Klee Kai? Was it from a breeder? Or did you find it in the store? Very interested to hear. Or if you got it from a, just a rescue. Because that would be pretty nice. My favorite dog type, though, is the Spitz. Spitz type dogs. Spitz dogs are, like the Samoyeds, American Eskimo dog, there's a German Spitz, Japanese Spitz, and the most famous of all the Spitz dogs is the Pomeranian. So those kind of dogs are my favorite. I love the fluffy. I love the fox-shaped face. Oh my god, they're just so cute. Now I'm just looking up Spitz doggies. You distracted me. You've distracted me, Krook. I like the dogs that go woof. Good taste. All dogs are good. It's just some are cuter than others. At least to me. But when I get a house, I promise you'll get a pet. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I like looking at pets. I like petting pets. And I like getting pets. Kozaku-chan, you like German Shepherds? German Shepherds are really cute. They used to be even cuter though, back in the day. Apparently now they have, tend to have hip problems for whatever reason. Anyways, back to the Japan trip. You guys keep distracting me. So this is Shibuya. the famous Shibuya crossing, which I did cross the street, and it was a very, very big street. I will say that. Shibuya is mainly known for shopping, so this is the place to go if you want to go buying stuff, if you want to get some clothes, get some shoes, get some food, get some snacks. Super big street. The day I went, it was scorching hot, and of course that day I was like, I wanna get some food and wait in line at a fancy place in Shibuya. It wasn't actually that fancy. It was just a well-known place. I got some souffle pancakes, which I have had before, but I am a huge fan of, so I wanted to try some Japanese ones. And I had to wait like 50 minutes in the scorching hot heat for the souffle pancake. It was from I think it was a famous place. Well, it seemed famous because the line was forever and I had to wait so long. It was really tasty though. I'll show you a photo of a souffle pancake so you can know what I'm talking about. There are some places in America that serve souffle pancakes, so you should try them if you've never had them before. Oh no, you're making me hungry. I know I have to pay triple digits to own one in my place. If I let them know. True, Andy. Nobody has to know. Just don't tell them. Yeah, that was my strategy that my parents and I had because we had a bunch of cats. We had a whole bunch of kitties, not including me even. We had other cats too, non-humanoid ones, you know, the regular variety, not the cat girl, just the regular cat. You've heard of them, right? We had multiple of them, and sometimes they look kind of similar to each other. So we would just tell them, yeah, we have 3 cats, but meanwhile it'd be 6, and they all just kind of look similar to each other. Yeah, you know, they'll never be in the same room at the same time, so they'll never know. You can sometimes use that trick. Sometimes. Ooh, Andy using the big brain moves. Yes. The big brain moves of just lying. But yeah, that's Shibuya. I got pancakes from there. Pretty good. I'm not sure what I would do there next time though. Probably just more shopping. Pretty good place. Super hot, super crowded. Even more crowded than in this photo. Jeez. Anyways, let's talk about the final place. Oh, actually, first, before I end off with the most amazing place, let's talk about Yokohama. Which, if you've ever heard of Yokohama, it's a city that's pretty close by to Japan. Around a 40-minute train ride, I think. I went there. Oh, whoops. Too big. I went to the Cup of Noodles Museum. Made my own custom-made Poneko cup of noodles, which I'll have to get a photo of later. I'll post it in the Discord probably. But I got Poneko cup of noodles. I made my own special flavor. If you want to ever try the Poneko flavor, what you need to do, and by the way, it is not radioactive, it is safe to eat, so do not worry about that. Poneko noodles are safe. You can eat them. I put in a little bit of shrimp. I used the classic stock, and also put in some corn. I think that's what I put in. There were some other things too that I got to put in as well. Yeah, but it was cup of noodles. It was pretty tasty. And I also got to see the giant Gundam in Yokohama. Now, I'm not a huge Gundam fan. It's okay for me. Like, giant robot, I like it. But I'm not a person who's usually in awe of them, you know? Though, I did actually build my first ever model figure, which I'll get a photo of that right now. I sent it in the Discord recently. Let me find that really quick. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. I'm saving it, sorry about that. There it is, I built it myself. Yes, please praise me for my superior craftsmanship. I saw the giant Gundam, but you know what? it didn't even pose like it is showing here. All it did is it moved its neck. It's like moving its head side to side like I am. Meat. And then that's all it did. It was supposed to be like a big show, but I think it might have lifted one of its legs too. It was kind of lame. Not gonna lie. I don't really care about Gundam that much. And it was cool how large and how tall it was. But I think it was around like $15 to get in to see it, so I would not go there again. Can I get the radioactive version too? Just to have it on a shelf? I think you might get in trouble with the law if you have that, Andy. That's the equivalent of having a nuclear bomb. I can't allow that. I can't allow my Pomodachis to get in trouble like that. If you guys were to die, who would come to my streams? I just think it's impressive that this thing was made regardless. It is. It definitely is still very impressive. Anyways, so on to the great finale. The place that I went to 3 times during my trip. The amazing, the weeby, Akihabara. I'll get a photo of it. I mean, I think you guys have seen Akihabara before, but in case you haven't, this is the weeb mecca. There is so much weeb shit here. So much doujinshi, so much hentai. My god. So much just hobby type stuff. There were a lot of dolls here too. Not the yabai kind. Actually, there probably were some of the yabai kind, but that's not what I am talking about right now. There were a lot of dolphies. What are the other ones? They're called pulips. Blythe dolls. A lot of dolls in Akihabara. A lot of figurines. A lot of weeb merchandise. There were also people, there was one person who was actually doing like a little idol song in the middle of the street, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting to see that. And she sang good. She did a good job. Shentai, you said? You posted a picture of Kai in the Discord. Let me look. I'm not gonna post it on here. I don't wanna dox your cute little doggy. But if you guys want to see, oh my god, it's so cute. Actually, I might have to dox it. It's just too cute. No, I won't. It's a very cute doggy. If you want to see it, go join the Poneko Discord. Anyways, so Akihabara. Lots of hentai. I was looking for my figurines. I was looking for the art books. I was looking for all the weeb shit, but in order to get to that, you have to go searching through walls and walls of hentai. It was kind of crazy. Kind of funny too, because like I was like the only girl in the store a lot of times, and I felt like people were, well, I didn't feel like, I know for a fact people were trying to avoid being around me. Like whenever I would walk into a certain aisle, they would all start moving to another one. It was very funny. I used to visit Akiba on Google Earth regularly. By now, I have a list of places to visit that I can recognize on site. Top of the list is Laux. I don't think I've ever heard of Laux. Did you... Laux? Oh! It's a store in Akihabara. I think I might have went there. Yeah, I did. Oh, you know what's also crazy about Japan too? Hololive is so popular there. They were selling Hololive merch in the convenience store, okay? They were selling literal acrylic stands, cup of ramen collaborations. Actually, I don't know if it was cup of ramen, but they were selling like food collaborations, all different kinds of stuff that was connected to Hololive inside of the stores. I mean, they also had like a lot of Miku stuff that was for sale too in the convenience stores, which was really nice. But like I was saying earlier, you can't You can't escape the porn when you're in Japan. Because even the convenience stores, they have the grab your... But, yeah. Oh man, I plan to go to Japan. My father said if when I lose 20 pounds, we'll plan to go to Japan. Akihabara is one of the places I plan to go check out in Tokyo plus Nintendo World. Good luck, Krook! I wish you luck on your weight loss journey. Just, you know, be reasonable and do not starve yourself. You still deserve to enjoy things, but I hope that your diet goes well. I wish you luck. Man, my mind is already thinking about what I would buy there. So much stuff to buy. So much. It was hard. I saw this amazing Miku figure there. It was really, really pretty, but it was too big. I wouldn't have been able to fit it in even my new luggage that I bought at the end of the trip. So I had to not get it. I was really reining it in, you guys. You don't even know. 2 Nendoroids and 1 scale figure? That might sound like a lot, and it is a lot. But for me, were there smart dolls? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there were smart dolls there, but there were Dolphies there. And there was like a miniature little Dolphy museum where they had Sakura Miku, Snow Miku. Also, all of the Vocaloids were on display, and they had just a bunch of anime character ones. Let me get a photo of what a Dolphy looks like. I think I can probably post more photos that I took from my trip in Japan, maybe in the Discord. I'll just have to vet all of them to make sure that they do not show off anything personal. But this is a Dolphy, and I did look at it, and I did consider buying it, but it was $1,000, so I did not. It was also too big, but yeah, lots of stuff I had to walk away from in Japan. It was very sad. I would have bought more weeb shit if I could have. But what can you do, right? If I see a Shamsiel body pillow figure or poster, I'm buying it on the spot. There were a few body pillows, but they were less than I expected. I expected more body pillows. Yeah, one thing I would definitely do if I went to Japan again is I would want to do karaoke. I never got to do any karaoke in Japan. And you guys know me, I love to sing. I love to do all of that stuff. So it was hard. It was hard resisting the urge to do karaoke. But there were just too many things to see. Oh, speaking though of songs and things that you should look at, let me just drop this in really quick if you haven't seen it already. Yeah, you know, check it out if you want. Put it on your workout playlist, Krook. While you're working out, you can listen to this to give you energy. But yeah, you know, just a little song I did, just a little cover. Check it out. It's a fun one. I'm actually gonna try and do some more, maybe over the week. I'm gonna try and record some. I got some fun things planned. Oh, I see what you did there, wink wink. Yes, you guys already know my plan. But yeah, just Japan in general. Let me get a good photo I can have on the screen while I talk about it. Another Akihabara photo. Yeah, I actually saw this part. Saw this street. The Sega building. It was so fun. Now I'm getting sad because I miss Japan. Make it a little smaller. I also gotta take a drink of water really quick. Speaking of figurines, Nendoroid, Figma, or Monsieur Boom, I'm hoping for a 12-inch Poneko Figma eventually. Someday, I hope, Andy. Someday. Trust me, there is nothing more I would want in this world to get a Poneko Nendoroid or a Poneko scale figure. Oh, when I was in Akihabara, I also went to the Ami Ami store. If you've ever heard of Ami Ami, it's a famous Japanese website and also, I guess, store in Japan too, where you can get a lot of weeb shit, a lot of figurines, all of that stuff. And when I went there, I saw the Dekafumo. I saw the giant Fumo. It was so big. And I pre-ordered the Yomu Dekafumo, but it's sitting in my inbox right now. I'm not sure if I should buy it, because it's so expensive. It's like 500 bucks, guys. I don't know if I should buy it. I don't know. Now, if there are Funa merchants, I would like to make that my priority. There are a lot of good Funamusea merchandise. She does release a lot of really cute keychains and stuff like that every so often. I'm not sure if there is anything out right now, though. But yeah, you should follow Funamusea on Twitter and check out her shop. Let's see, does she have anything right now? Pretty much always everything gets sold out when it comes to the little acrylic keychains. Just some stickers on sale. But yeah, Funamusea Nendoroids would be super cute, and they would look really good too because they'd be in her sort of half chibi style. Be really adorable. Elfo! Meowdy! How are you? What's up? Oh, I didn't see what Krook said. Something was deleted. How mysterious. But hello, Eldfell! I was just wrapping up talking about my Japan trip, but there was still more to say about Akihabara. I also saw in Akihabara in the Ami store, I saw the giant 1/4 scale mega figures. They're so big! They're so big, you guys! I think just standing up, it's like the length of my arm. Oh my god. They're huge. They're so big. Thanks for pointing out Ami. I just looked it up, and this will be one hell of a switch from Good Smile. Now, Andy, I still gotta tell you, the shipping costs for Ami are really high. Ami has very good prices for everything, but the shipping prices are stupid expensive. So just keep that in mind. You may still want to order from the Good Smile website if it's available on there. But one of the benefits of Ami though is that you have more figurine manufacturers that you can look at. So you don't have to get only exclusively Nendoroids or only exclusively Good Smile scale figures. There's a much wider selection, but it's still kind of expensive because shipping costs so much money. My dream is to own a life-size anime stand or doll. Oh my god. That would be so cool, but it'd be so expensive. Maybe you can start small with the Dekafumo. Because those things are like the size of a small child. So it'd be like having a small 4-year-old sized plushie. Maybe that can be your start. I got something that might blow your minds. We know body pillows, but have you seen body blankets? They're real. Are you talking about a blanket with a character on it? That sounds like it would be pretty good. For me personally, whenever I'm sleeping, I like to have a really strong weighted blanket. I like my body to not be able to move. So I use one regular blanket and like 2 fluffy blankets on top. It depends though if I'm getting hot. Then I gotta take a few of them off. But usually I'll just stick my leg out. I like to sleep with one leg in and one leg out, and then I'll switch sides. That's the Poneko strategy for you. I've seen one. It's got 2 characters. Very nice. Maybe I'll have to make a Poneko blanket one of these times. Nah, that would probably be too expensive to make. and it would probably be too expensive to buy. So maybe not that. I am planning though on releasing sometime soon Poneko keychains. I am commissioning someone for some very cute Poneko chibi art that I will be allowed to merchandise, because contrary to popular belief, just because you buy a commission does not mean you are allowed to sell merchandise of it. Trust me, I would if I could. That would save me a lot of money, but unfortunately usually there is a personal price and a commercial price, and usually you have to pay a commercial price if you're planning on selling it. Keychain sounds good. Yes. They will be ready eventually, but I think it's gonna still take a while for the art to be done because I'm pretty far on the wait list. Oh, what? That's so dumb. Damn. It kind of makes sense to an extent. I feel like I wish it didn't apply as much to smaller VTubers, but I understand in the case of like VShoujo, where if VShoujo buys a commission for like $100 and then from that artwork they make thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, I don't know how much money they make from VShoujo merch. Let me just be honest. But let's say that they did that. I could see how it could be unfair, but I feel like when the margins are so low, it doesn't make as sense, but I also understand why in principle they would want it to be, I guess, fair to everybody and everyone has to pay that. So, you know, it is what it is. It's just the way things are. And you know what? Artists, a lot of times don't make a ton of money from creating art, so it's just another way for them to pocket some extra money, you know? So, it is what it is. I could have maybe drawn my own crappy Poneko one, but then nobody would want to buy it because it would be bad. Actually, no, I think I could make a pretty cute chibi. I'm decent at drawing chibis, but I don't have a working, I don't have like a really good tablet right now. I do have the iPad, so maybe I could do something. We'll have to see. The jury is still out on that one. But Japan was, I think my biggest takeaway from Japan is it was more stereotypical than I expected, which sounds so bad, but it was more Japanese than I thought. Like, everything that I thought was true about Japan was more true. Like, I thought that there was gonna be some anime in Japan. I mean, it is Japan after all. But there was so much more than I expected. In the convenience stores, there was anime. In the train stations, there were anime merchandise shops and just anime stuff for sale in regular shops as well. It was a lot cleaner than I expected. I expected it to be very clean. There were a lot more lights and trying to sell you things than I expected, because they're always trying to sell you something in Japan. The way that the trains are designed, they have like lots of food and gifts and things for sale constantly. So if you're going on the train, you have to go through the train station, which has shops within it. It's sort of like a casino in that way, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, in that you have to walk through the casino and to get to the shops. Except for it's not that you have to in Japan, it's just that it's usually on the way. So, yeah. Hololive all over the place. Yep, that's what I was telling them earlier, Elfo. There is so much Hololive everywhere. In the convenience stores, they are selling Hololive chips, Hololive acrylic stands, Hololive everything. So much more than I would have expected. Especially, I mean, Hololive is pretty big, right? But I still was not expecting it to be as big as it was in Japan. Maybe one day you'll see Poneko on the big screen in Japan. Maybe. Imagine buying a little Poneko keychain at the gas station. Hololive chips. No, I don't know if it was Hololive chips, but there were like Hololive instant ramen that I saw, and just random crap. Not crap in a bad way, but you know, random stuff. Yeah. And also, you had to follow a lot of very specific manners in Japan. Like, you couldn't be talking to people on the phone, which kind of stinks because I do like to talk on the phone a lot. And for me personally, it might not be ideal to some people, but I always like to keep speaker on. I keep it quietly so that you can't hear it if you're walking around, but I keep speaker on and I keep it kind of close to my ear because I don't like having the phone itself touching my ear or really close to it. I like to keep it up and the speakers towards my ear more. So I wasn't able to do that in Japan, which made me kind of sad because I wasn't able to talk to people back at home as easily, except for when I was in my hotel room and no one else was around. But there are also other things that you have to do, like you can't walk around and eat, which I understand why. That's probably why it's partially so clean in Japan, but it was inconvenient because I do like to kind of snack and walk around. We weren't able to do that though. Hoshamaring thick thighs shaped chips. Imagine the crazy psychopath that doesn't buy every bag available. Would you buy out the entire store, Andy? Would you eat all of the chips? They aren't small groups anymore. They're a big company. No, I know they're big. I just didn't think that they were gonna be as big as they were. I mean, in convenience stores, I guess when they're celebrities, they're celebrities. It's crazy. Oh, you mean those anime schoolgirls who take off running out of their houses with a piece of toast in their mouths are actually being really rude? They are! You're right. That's why everyone's like, why are you doing that? But yeah, that was one thing I did not love about Japan. And also, the trains are super, super crowded. And another thing too is I always throw away my trash, right? I'm not like one of those trashy people who doesn't throw away their trash. But Japan certainly makes it harder because there are no trash cans anywhere. Where are the trash cans? I don't see them. So there would be like, for every 3 blocks that you would walk on, there'd maybe be like 1 outdoor trash can. Ugh, such a pain in the butt. Not good. How often did you get Nihongo Jozu'd? I don't think I got that at all, actually. People just didn't want to talk to me usually because I was a foreigner. There were some nice people though. There was this one elderly woman who was like, "Oh, how is Japan so far? I see that you're in Kyoto. What was your favorite place?" And I talked to her. Okay, now I'll ask my question one last time. Japanese hornets. You seen them? I did not see any of the Japanese killer hornets. I think that the Japanese killer hornets might just be an urban legend. Because remember when they supposedly all invaded in in the United States? There was a big Japanese hornet invasion. I didn't see any. Did anybody die to these things? Are they like Bigfoot? Are they real? Yeah, I didn't see any murder hornets, which is probably a good thing, but I'm still disappointed. I still wanted to see them. Yeah, the Japanese murder hornets. I don't know if I believe in them. I never seen it. Remember back a year ago when everyone was so scared of the murder hornets? I do. Everyone was like, oh my god, the murder hornets are gonna kill everyone. Nobody died to them. I don't even think a single person got stung. From what I can tell. Because there was a lot of, oh my god, they're here. But I didn't hear anybody getting hurt on them. Oh my god. I just looked up the Japanese murder hornets and I saw this. It says man tames Japanese killer Japanese hornet and now keeps it on a bit of a string to take it wherever it goes. Oh my god. He really likes Idolmaster. There's another photo of him on it. God, maybe that's why they weren't killing people. They were too distracted by the figurines. They just look really, really scary. I don't know. I've always thought that killer hornets, and just hornets in general, they look really badass and cool. They're actually kind of pretty in a weird way. I like the way that hornets look, but they're so scary because they can continuously sting you. They also remember your faces too, apparently. So if you wrong one of them, they will not forget it. You know, the Japanese murder hornet will remember that. So it's kind of scary. Whoa, whoops. I keep on accidentally moving my second background because, as you guys know, chat does not seem to want to work today. It's not showing up, so I'm using a different background that's missing the TV. Did you know that they spit acid? I did, but it just makes him even more terrifying. They're terrifyingly beautiful, I feel like. Oh my god. Utah Public Radio, Asian giant hornets. What you should really know about them. I don't feel like I need to know a single thing about them. I never see them. My god. The fact that they remember faces. I know. I know. And they can keep on stinging you. They don't lose their little stinger like a bee does. Ugh. The size of birds, I know. I also didn't see any scary bugs in Japan, surprisingly. Apparently, I passed a few, but I didn't notice them. Step 1, convert the hornets to weebs. Step 2, supply hornets with waifus. Easy peasy. Yeah. I wonder if the Japanese hornet population is declining, just like Japanese people. There are too many waifus. They have the same IQ as a crow? That's nuts. Caleb, there's no way. There's no way that isn't true. They do not have the same IQ as a crow. That would... I think if they were as smart as crows, we would have a lot more to worry about. They're just angry and very vindictive, is what you should take away, I think. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Crows are super smart. They might be the same size as them, but they're not as smart. I'm gonna fact check you on that. How smart are Japanese murder hornets? No, murder hornets are scary smart. Seriously, they might be smart, but there's no way that they're as smart as a crow, because crows are super, super smart. I'm not saying they aren't smart. I'm saying they aren't as smart as crows. Okay. Where's the part where it says how smart they are? In Japan, hornets kill up to 50 people a year. I can't find it. But you have to remember, that's an insect. I doubt that it's even as smart as, like, a squirrel. As a literal squirrel brain, okay? You're saying the hornets are not as smart. My mistake. It's okay. I think that they are very smart for a bug. But they cannot compete with the crow. Or with the cat. Or with the cat girl. Anyways, I should probably be heading on out. It has been a while since I've streamed, so my throat is it's drying up. I need to get used to it again. I was just at I was at Japan for too long, but I hope that you enjoyed hearing about my vacation. I enjoyed going there a lot, probably even more than you enjoyed hearing about it. But I'm excited to see you guys again soon. I will likely be doing a stream on Grey Garden sometime this week, maybe on Wednesday. We shall see. How did I not see the opportunity before? I could be the first murder hornet VTuber. There might be more. There might be some. I feel like there's a VTuber for every possible thing that exists. I'm pretty sure I was the first radioactive cat girl though. But surprisingly, there is another radioactive cat girl on the scene now, so kind of crazy. She's nice though. I've talked to her a little bit. But thank you guys for coming. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. And remember, Tomodachi Pride! Good night, everybody!